Love is an egoless sport. Like you gotta be willing to put ego aside in order for it to be healthy.
I'm Cindy Beasley, and this is Producer's Cut, where we get into who they really are when the cameras stop rolling. Vulnerable, confident, purposeful. Just a few words to describe the aura of today's guest. Frequently compared to the likes of rap legends such as Common, Lupe Fiasco, J. Cole, labeling him as intelligent and witty goes without saying. A true lyricist, but deeper than that, he's an artist. A faithful servant of God, known for never using curse words in his music and embodying an obedient spirit. Seen on the hit Netflix show Rhythm and Flow, and co-signs from some of the greats like Lupe, Rakim, and Ninth Wonder. Proudly independent, AUSAR is a trusted voice behind the artist experience, battling ego, the way of the industry, and maintaining integrity behind your art. AUSAR, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, that was such a nice introduction.
Was it?
Wow.
You enjoyed it? Oh,
I
I always
did.
love when I do good. Like, I'm always so shocked. People are like, that was great. I'm like, really?
No, that
I
might
wrote
have
it
been
myself.
the nicest introduction I've ever gotten,
You
actually.
just saying that.
I mean that.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that you are a man that says what he means and means what he says.
Absolutely.
You pride yourself on that?
I do, you know what I'm saying? As a rapper, you kind of gotta be intentional with your words.
You
so.
do, but you don't think a lot of rappers false flagging? I mean, you're not like, I won't say heartbroken because I didn't want him to be on drugs, but do you know the mind jumble that it was to find out Future wasn't doing half of them drugs he was rapping about?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What? Codeine crazy was fake? Like,
that
what
is
you talking
crazy.
About?
That is crazy because there was such a passion in his
You
voice.
hear me? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never sipped, but you might have attempted the way he rapped about it. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, I feel like for the most part, anybody who prides themselves on lyricism likes to be intentional with the words they use. So for the most part is what I say.
Okay. I appreciate that. I think about, so we're going to take it back a little bit. So for those of you watching, I have known this young man since we were in college. Man, did you do Mr. Gamma Gorgeous?
I did.
Okay.
Do you want to know a super funny story about that?
Please tell me.
Do you know I joined that to have rent money to pay for my apartment?
Talk about it.
So I got kicked out of school because I couldn't afford to be there for that semester.
Okay.
And my homie, shout out Josie.
Yeah, I love Josie.
Yeah. Josie was like, look, I'll set you up. You can come stay in my apartment. Like, I'll go figure out another situation. You can stay here.
Yeah.
But
that's a brother.
Yeah, like
it's more than a friend.
looked out for me. He was just like, I just need you to come up with like $500 for the month, and we'll do that moving forward.
Okay.
The first $500 I got was from the Mr. Gamma Gorgeous pageant.
Because you won that year.
I did win that year.
So for those who don't know, Mr. Gamma Gorgeous is a pageant. I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I crossed through Gamma chapter, and we did a scholarship pageant every year. And AUSAR was Mr. Gamma Gorgeous. I remember that.
Shout out y'all, because I needed it.
Give them girls little kids. You know, we do what we can. We do what we can. That is a hell of a story. So to go from that to growing to where you are today, how does it feel? Is it surreal for you?
I think the best answer I can give you is I'm grateful, right? I think there are some days where it's like, this is crazy. I can't believe me starting writing in the basement with my brothers when we got bored turned into a respected career that actually makes me some bread at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like there's weight behind the words that I say. People are listening and are fans. That's crazy. There are other days where it's like, as somebody who loves what I do, I have very lofty aspirations. It's like, I ain't hit all the goals that I want yet. So
I can relate to that.
Day to day.
I can relate to that. It's been such a joy just watching you grow and flourish over the years. I've been trying to think of the venue name, but when I came to your show, it was like 2023, 2024. We were up north. It's near Wicker Park.
Was that a Sub T?
T-shirt.
Was that? I think that was Sub T.
Was that Sub T?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just the aura of being in the room, and it wasn't my first time seeing you perform, but just like I feel like that had been my first time in a minute, and just seeing you had the place packed. Knowing that I wasn't the only person in line for an autograph, like you have real fans, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to say how does that feel because that's so cliche, but again, just bringing it back to humble beginnings, you know what I mean? Did you ever consider that I am going to be a name, a face, a brand that people are going to look to for inspiration, are going to look to for motivation, are going to look to just feel good and be like, yo, I know this really dope rapper, and to them, I mean, to me, you're famous too, but like, to the world, who doesn't have this personal connection, like you are a real rapper, a real superstar.
I appreciate you.
Was that in the vision, I think is the question I want to ask you.
It's weird because I think you plan for it. That's
Okay.
that's what you are aspiring for when you are saying, "Hey, I got this 5-year plan. Like this is what I want when I think of what I want from
So
music."
you wanted the superstar.
I think I wanted the support. I think community has
There we
always
go.
been central to everything that I do.
Yeah.
And so to see now that I do have a community around me that supports me heavy, you know what I'm saying?
They rock with you.
It's a beautiful thing, and I'm gonna keep going back to the word grateful because that's deeply how I really feel. Like I'm grateful for this experience and for the people who are in my corner.
When you're not on camera, when you're not on stage, when you're not rapping, when you're not writing, I know one of the things about you is you're a brother. You got like 10 siblings. So when I hear the word community, it instantly makes me think of where that root of importance for community may have started with you. Talk to me about the importance of, because you've said it plainly in other interviews. Yes, some of them are step siblings, but these are my siblings and I'm close to all of them.
Yeah,
That's a lot of siblings to be close to.
it is.
So talk to me about the importance of doing that. Not even how you do it, but like what made you realize? Because some people would be like, "Oh, it's just my stepsister. That's my daddy daughter or something." You know what I mean? Like, no, these are my siblings, and I have to remain tight to them because why?
I mean, they all in one way or another are a part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like my older brother, Nick, who is my stepbrother, was a lot of the reason that I'm even in music in general. Nick, I just wanted to do whatever he was doing when I was younger.
Aw.
So
How much older is he?
Nick is 35.
Okay.
And yeah, I think he's turning 36 this year. But I wanted to do whatever Nick was doing, right? So he would sit and he would be in the basement writing. I would go through his MP3 player and he had all these instrumentals and he was listening to like,
MP3 player.
you know what I'm saying? I definitely was all in his bag. So I'm just as much him as I am my youngest sister, who she's the one who we look the most alike out of all of my siblings.
Okay.
We also have the most similar personalities, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's interesting because I think, of course, you see how you've rubbed off on your younger siblings,
Yeah.
but I look at how even she's rubbed off on me and how I think I'm more patient because of her. Like I think a lot of how I navigate just conversation, I learned to navigate in conversation with her when I was younger.
Okay.
It's just like, this is my younger sibling. This is somebody who looks up to me. She'll never say it, but I know she does. This is somebody who looks up to me, and there's a specific cadence I have to have with her. You know what I'm saying? Same with all the rest of my brothers and sisters who we've had experiences that have helped me grow and have cultivated me into the person I am today. So I can't tell my story without them.
I love that so much. And when you talk about the idea of growing and how the communication styles are such an important part of that, shifting gears a bit, but kind of staying on the line of like finding a voice and that's how you grow. I was researching and I saw a story that you were talking about when you got to do the song with Wyclef, but you had to put your big boy pants on and let him know I don't curse. I don't want to be on tracks that curse either.
Yeah.
Tell the story, but tell it with the premise of what that did for you in your artistry and your manhood in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Wyclef is a legend.
Exactly.
Like,
Most people ain't gonna tell legends what they can and can't do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and how we even got connected was nothing but God in the first place. I came to a show. He had a cipher that was happening at the show. Got up there, did a verse. He was like, "Go talk to my people. Might want you on this project." Yeah. He hit me while I was in class the next day. Dipped, took the call, called my dad immediately afterwards. It was a whole thing. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was on cloud 20. And when I told my dad, he was just like, just make sure you stay in school.
Gotta love parents.
You know what I'm saying? He knew where my head was at though. Yeah. But Clef sends me over the song for the project and curses on it. Like something that's pivotal to me in my artistic journey is I want people to be able to hear my faith through my music. That's explicitly through some of the things I might say. That's also the stand that I take on the music. One of those is like a cursing in the music that I'm on. And so to have to go and tell Wyclef, like, this is a huge opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
You could risk it.
Yeah.
You could have blew it, you know?
Like, this Wyclef, I could, you know, just this time. But Personally, I just felt like you stand for something when you fall for anything. You know what I'm saying? So this, and it felt like a test from God where it's like, I've given you this opportunity. What are you going to do with it? Are you still going to stand even with the opportunity in your face and you having to lean on me for this to acquiesce correctly? And so I hit him and told him, I was like, love the song. But, and I think he had cursed like one time. I was just like, would you mind changing this? Because I don't want cursing in any music that I'm on.
Yeah.
And he was so like accommodating in his response. He was just like, my father was a pastor. I get it. Like, I respect it, blah, blah, blah. And I think that strengthened our relationship moving forward. I'd been over to Clef's house, like he's having on his podcast. Yeah, it just a dope opportunity.
What did that moment do for you as a man?
Yeah, I think it reinforced what I've always been taught through my pops and through my brothers and all the rest of them in my family, which is integrity is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, opportunity don't change who you are and what you stand for. And if it does, then that's a character flaw. So
I admire hearing you say, I want people to hear clearly how strong my faith is through my music.
Yeah.
Walk me back to childhood, Asar, or whatever age you were, when it was like, oh no, this God thing, this is serious for me. He's the head of my life. I need to live in order and obedience. Share that experience with me.
Yeah, it's been integral since I was born. Like, I was born and raised in the church. My mom was the lead vocalist for the choir when I was a shorty. She would bring me up to come and sing with her when I was a kid. My grandmother had me in church. Like, that was always the base of what I've been taught. I think the relationship evolved once I got to college, actually.
Ooh, tell me more. I don't want to cut you off, but that's made a light bulb go off in my head, because I think for most people it's the opposite. You get to college, you get freedom, you get no parents around. There is no church to go to every Sunday. So please dig into that.
I think that's why it evolved. Okay. Honestly, I think up until that point it had always been, you doing what you're told. You know what I'm saying? Like, you under your parents' roof. These are just the rules. These are the rules to engagement. You feel me? You get to college, there is no umbrella. There ain't nobody watching you. You doing what you want to do. And I was out there doing what I wanted to do. But
and we're gonna talk about that too.
But I think in that, you live with the mistakes, you live with the hardships of also not having your people around you when you go through hard times, and you don't have anybody to lean on but that faith in that relationship. Yeah. And I think in those times, God really showed himself strong in my life, and that's what centered me. And it was just like, okay, this is developing from something that I've just been taught to, this is the life that I live because I have that type of faith and that type of relationship with God. And that's been kind of my crux moving forward.
Oh, I love that. And when I think about, it's funny you say, you were out there doing what you want to do. So your fans know, but anybody who may be watching this, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't use drugs, you don't curse. So what does a vice for Asar look like? I have an idea it might be or may have been, because I'm sure we are growing.
Absolutely.
We're evolving.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about the ladies, but I don't want to label your vices for you. So what's Asar'S thing that I'm like, all right, God, I got to keep working on this part of myself?
Sure, you was spot on.
The ladies.
Yeah,
you're spot on. I can see that. I'm sure they all love you.
You know what I'm saying? I think as I've gotten older, that relationship has changed. I think you get a lot more intentional, and it develops from, like, I just find somebody attractive to, I'm looking for somebody to build with long term. And I'm at that space in my life, but it wasn't always that way. Okay. So, yeah.
What was the turning point for you?
Man, I don't know. I feel like the society that we live in makes it feel like you can be real casual with whoever you want to, and like, nobody's supposed to have feelings behind that.
I think you're on my TikTok algorithm, because I've been seeing a lot of videos about that.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's not realistic. Like, either you're going to end up hurt or you're going to end up hurting somebody. And I don't like how either of those things feel. That's just not in my body for real. Same. So I think after enough experiences where it was just like, oh, I'm having fun, I'm doing my thing, we kicking it. It's just like, this doesn't feel good. And it also is contradictory to my faith as well. And I think after a while you start getting convicted. It's like, all right.
God sees it all.
God do see it
He
all.
gonna make sure he remember he saw that. He's gonna make sure he remember he saw that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, I guess, the practices now, right? So you identified the problem.
Mhm.
You identified, all right, I got to be a little bit more convicted. I got to be more firm in believing and demonstrating, rather, what I
Yeah.
say. How do you hold yourself accountable to that? So even if we could still use the same example, like when it comes to being more intentional in dating, what does that look like?
Man, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Of course. I think it starts with you being more realistic with yourself.
Okay. In
Because
what way? Or how so?
just because somebody is cool and you're attracted to them don't mean y'all compatible. I think that's something that I really had to learn because I've dated people just off the strength of, we real cool. I really rock with you and I am attracted to you. So, you know what I'm saying?
Let's vibe.
You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah,
vibe.
vibe
You know what I'm saying?
it out. Yeah.
But I feel like now I'm at a point where it's just like, all right, let's be realistic. Like, what do you all believe? You know what I'm saying? Are your values aligned?
Yes.
Do you think you all can work through confrontation well together? Like, what have you seen in this person that makes you feel like you all are suited to continue to build? Because nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it.
For sure.
But are the building blocks there for y'all to work through that? You all's like flaws that you both have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess in addition to working through those things, making sure that I'm ready and available to accept love in the right ways, and that the person that I'm dating is also ready to accept love in the right ways as well.
It sounds like a lot of ego work.
For sure. Love is an egoless sport. Like you kind of gotta be willing to put ego aside in order for it to be healthy.
How do you put your ego aside? What does that practice look like? I need people watching to walk away with, how can I be a better person? How can I be a better man? And if you're telling them part of that is checking that ego, what does that look like?
I just had to go through an exercise of that maybe a week ago. There was somebody who I was getting to know, and she told me something that I did not like. I didn't like the way it was delivered.
Okay.
I didn't like the way it was delivered.
Something about yourself.
Yeah, something about me.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? When she said it, I really felt away. But I had to.
It struck that ego.
It did. Gee, I'm not gonna act like it didn't. It definitely did.
Yeah.
But after we got done with the conversation, I got a chance to kind of sit and mull over it. I was just like, I still don't like the way it was delivered, but she was right. You know what I'm saying? And I did have to come back to the table after that conversation and let her know, you were right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that into consideration. I'm gonna work to be better. You feel me? And this is just in somebody who I was getting to know. You know what I'm saying? So it's that times 10 when you're in a relationship. Yeah. It's like it should be
that mirror.
Yeah, and it should, the way you focus, it should be me and you against the problem. So whatever you telling me, if it's in my best interest, all right, cool. I'll take it with a grain of salt. Let's move forward. Let's work through it. So yeah.
I think that also takes a certain level of confidence, because I think so many people can hear it, and I don't even think it's the reflection point that's the hard point, right? Because what I heard you say was something happened and I had to go reflect on it, and then I came back to it. I think the reflection piece is very natural for us in life, because something hurts your feelings, it's going to be on your mind, even if you're trying to, drink your way out of it, smoke your way out of it, whatever. But so many people don't come back to say, hey, you were right. I didn't like how you said it, but I respect what you said and I'm going to change. Do you agree that it's confidence? Is it another factor or personality thing for you? Is it something that was instilled in you in childhood? Did you have that example of your dad saying, hey, I was wrong? Like how do you know that that's the right thing to do?
I think it's two things. One, in terms of what all it is, I think confidence is a piece of it, but I think it's also trust, where it's like, I trust that what you're telling me is in good faith and because you want to see me be better. And so if I know that you want the best for me and you're telling me something, I have to go back to the drawing board and go, okay, I can't really get offended because they want me to be better. That's counterproductive. So that's why I'm working at it. In terms of the examples, I think I have had great men in my life who have shown that accountability. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about him first before I give him his flowers. Yeah. My dad, one of the most stubborn men in the world. Oh my goodness, he's so stubborn. I'm gonna look directly at the barrel of the camera and say, hey, my father is incredibly stubborn. But what I love and admire about him so much is he'll go to war with you about his viewpoint. there in that moment. He'll go to sleep on it, come back the next day, and he may not even say anything to you about it, but you will see the change in his actions, and it's like, oh, you heard me. You heard me.
I was
Okay.
right, huh?
Yeah. And you don't gotta say it, but as long as we know.
Okay. See,
And
I'm trying to work on that. I still need you to say it. Because
that's
if not,
real.
I feel like I'm just assuming. What if I assume wrong? Like that's a personal thing for me. But
That's real. I think over time, just kind of seeing him continue to do that, it just kind of formed the pattern for me where it's like, no, you take into consideration what you've heard, and then you make the change, you make the adjustment. And I think as a man, you should have that tough skin built, because if you want to be a leader, you're a bad leader if you're not willing to change and progress.
do you mind repeating that? I think that I just think there's people in the world, like not even being petty, like that is something that I have preached in my leadership roles, in roles where I am support to leadership. You have to be amendable. You have to still be willing to grow, even if you have the head seat at the table. And so many people are not.
Yeah. I think my favorite supervisors I've ever had, and I think pretty much all my supervisors I've ever had have been women, but all the supervisors that I've had that I've loved, they have all been able to approach a situation very malleably. I think I said that right.
Close enough.
In the sense that you may come to the table with a viewpoint, but after hearing mine, cool, it may not even change it, but I now know your viewpoint and we can work towards it together. There's no one way to fix a problem. So yeah.
I respect that a lot. And so listening to you, it makes me think about, we've talked about Wyclef, but you've worked with Smino, you worked with MF, I don't want to, Mello of Pivot Gang. I'm sure a whole list of people that I'm not even touching. What did that do? Because I think from the outside looking in, people would assume that's a boost to ego. Like, nah, dude, he gonna think he this, that. But you are sitting here before me still so humble. Is it the same practices of reflection and trust that helped you to stay grounded no matter these accolades and these big names that you're getting cosigns from? Or is it a different experience in the music world to work on your ego and keep it in check?
Another great question.
Oh, thank you.
I think that the experiences have maybe at a point they inflated ego just for a bit, but I think the more you see and you get exposed to, the more you realize you have so much more work to do. So it's not even man, I'm here now. It's more so, what's next? Like, because I don't feel like this is not anything to brag on for me. You know what I'm saying? What real change am I making? What really am I cultivating? Have I hit all of my 5-year goals? Have I hit my 10-year goals? The answer to some of those things is yes. The answer to others is no. But in addition to that, I also think we've talked about community as one of my bases for why I build. But central to that even is like servitude. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure at the center of things, like I'm serving the people around me. And I think there can't be ego in the approach, which is why as I continue to approach this work, it's always servitude at the center.
So the root of everything and realizing that this is all bigger than you is what keeps you going and keeps you grounded when things are going well. Is that the same thing when things are going bad? Because I know we can talk candidly about the rhythm and flow experience not turning out the way that you wanted it to. So that's another thing that could affect your ego, but it's going to affect in a totally different way, because this ain't you on top of the world. This is you not getting what you wanted. How did you work through that?
Man, I think the rhythm and flow thing is one thing, right? I think that experience was eye-opening in a way. But to be real with you, I think that because it was still a look, like I'm on rhythm and flow, it still served as this is dope. I think life has humbled me more than anything.
And that's the point of it, the experiences that aren't the pleasant ones. How do you navigate those?
I think the last 2 to 3 years, 26 so far has been really positive, and the latter half of 25 has been too. Great. But first half of 25 and from like 23 up to the first half of 25, super humbling on so many levels. Man, like to kind of go a little bit more in depth, like I had a few people in my family pass. My grandmother passed and 2 of my aunts. I appreciate you. one of those aunts is like, well, both of those aunts, honestly. My aunt Trish, who's really a cousin, but I called her my aunt because she was,
Same.
you know how I
My
go.
Aunt Rose, she passed in 2024, so I know
For
exactly what you're
sure.
talking about.
Yeah. She
Black
had,
people.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Show some respect. It's your auntie.
But yeah, she had passed from cancer, and she, you know how every black family get that one crib all the kids go to during the summer when everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that was my Aunt Trish crib.
Okay.
So pivotal to my upbringing, and my auntie Cookie, who, all right, so when my mom got married is when I had my older stepbrothers.
Okay.
In the crib we lived in, it was my Auntie Cookie's crib. Her, my mom, my bonus pops, my brothers, and me, like all in a crib that did not have enough bedrooms for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that was like a second mom in the crib. You feel me? Like she really took care of us like we were her own. And so that was and it came out of nowhere when she passed. So that was a blow. My grandmother, of course, helped raise me too, and I grew up in her house. The house I have now is actually her house that got passed down to me. Yeah. But even dealing with that experience, like having to take on home ownership, in addition to that, in addition to job change, in addition to a bad breakup that had happened, it was like all of these spiraling things, in addition to some changes in music. It was just, I think all of that cumulatively put me in a space where, once again, I had no choice but to lean on God.
Yeah.
Anything that I thought was the outlook for my future at the time did not look like what was going on in that moment. And I think it just reminded me that life does not always go the way that you expect it to. But the thing that remains consistent throughout is the fact that God has his hand on it. And as long as you remain in his will, it's going to work out for your good in the end.
It will. And what I'm hearing is you are nearing that next chapter, because you just described a whirlwind of things that impacted you in every area of your life. I didn't hear one that was untouched. And I love that you threw the home ownership piece in there, because that's something that people hear and they're like, oh my God, congratulations. It's a full-time job. We could talk about that off camera. But I say all of that to say, like, when I hear that, and then the timing that you just described a multiple year period. And to just throw something into that and bring all of what I'm saying together, I think so easily every year when New Year comes, like, oh, this is my year. And last year was terrible, so this year has to be better. No, this year might be even worse.
For sure.
Because every single part has to be broken down to start something anew. And when I think about listening to you, and just, you don't look like what you've been through. You look great. You look like you're entering that next phase. And we got a new song coming out.
For sure.
And by the time this airs, it'll be out.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to me about Rush Hour and just how everything you experienced these last few years, and now you're getting back in the field, you're ready for, you told me that the music is going to look and sound a little different now. How has that shaped you to be able to put this single and this next project out in a way that feels organic to you?
Yeah, I think in a weird way, because in times of hardship, you always lean on what you know and you get back to base. And I think in a weird way, because I think in those years, I also became very reclusive. You didn't see me out and about as much as I kind of was prior to. And in my reclusiveness, I was able to get back to really having fun in the music the way that I originally had been, when no eyes were on it. There's an interview that, and I quote it all the time, that Andre 3000 has with Rick Rubin. He talks about making music and how when you're making it and you're having fun, it's like a kid in a playpen when nobody's watching. But the moment the adults start watching is the moment the kid stiffens up, and now I don't want to play freely the way I was because y'all are watching me. And though having people looking for the music is a beautiful thing, sometimes it could also be like, y'all are watching me. So to be able to take that time away to make stuff has been cool. The song that I am dropping is called Rush Hour. It's a song that I made kind of it's funny, historically I've had a hard time writing love songs.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why that just was so interesting to me.
Yeah.
That's hard for me to see.
I don't know.
Why?
Because historically I've had an issue with vulnerability.
And I'm sitting here, I think you're
Yeah.
so damn vulnerable. That's my language, but okay, keep
Oh, it's cool. I mean, I've worked
But
at it.
maybe in life, right? Maybe in your
Yeah.
craft. But I understand. I think most men can be like that. Like
Yeah.
at home, it's a totally different story.
Don't get me wrong. It's something I've for sure had to work at and
Yeah.
continue to work at. But I think music was the first space where I got to work through that. And so for this song, this is a song that was dedicated to someone. But what I used in order to create it was like, it's also an ode to music.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited to have it out. I think it's a really great song. And
it's fire.
I appreciate
It's
you.
fire.
Yeah. More to come.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
listen, we're gonna make sure people know where they can find us. We're gonna put it all in the description,
sure.
all of that, and just get them equipped. Before we get up out of here, I have to just kind of do a few one word or one sentences with you.
Okay.
I need you to. We're gonna go off. I don't like calling it rapid fire. This is kind of like the producers cut. You know,
Okay. All right.
we still work on this. Give me some segment names. We'll talk off camera. Favorite Bible verse.
I can't give you a verse. I can give you a chapter, Psalms 23.
Why?
Because I think it's stabilizing in hard times.
Get you through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Song that changed your life. Or album.
Album?
The song might be hard. Album's hard too.
Can I give two?
Go for it.
All right, one is the self-titled album by Mary Mary. The other one is Freudian by Daniel Caesar.
Okay, come through. Thing that gets you through, I don't want to say tough days, but heartbreak. Something that gets you through heartbreak or has gotten you through heartbreak.
That's a great question. I'm just gonna say cliche with music.
It's not cliche. Somebody else might have said drugs. You know what I mean? Like you just never know. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. All right, last one. What is something that people who don't know you would not know about you just from looking at you? Tell me something I could not see if I just happened to see a picture at glance. What's behind this image? What's behind this body in front of me?
That's a great question. That might be the hardest question today.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gassing me. Hold on.
What would be something interesting that people don't know at first glance? I would say, I think I gotta limit this to one word.
One sentence.
One
This
sentence?
deserves a sentence, I think. You can sneak two in.
Okay. I just love discovery. Music has been the vessel that most people have seen, but I love discovery in general. I was a science major in college. Like discovery is at the center of everything I do.
A forever student.
Forever a student.
I think that is the perfect way to wrap this up.
For sure.
Thank you. Sorry, we have to toast to that. Our water.
Indeed.
I love this so much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I think is the best thing. And everybody go get that song. Anything you want to share before we wrap these cameras? I know that was the perfect way to end, but you have so much on the horizon. So is there somewhere they need to make sure they can sign up to get all this stuff? What do you want these people to know? Like, I got this project coming on this date. World's yours before my producer kicks my butt.
Honestly, just continue to stay tapped in. I feel like there's a lot on the horizon. You can find me on everything at AUSAR'S Music, and stay along for the ride.
Cheers to that.
For sure.
Win one more. All right, y'all. Thank you. That's Producer's Cut. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Over here, it gets real on Producer's Cut. So tell a friend to tell a friend. That they only about you and no one else, 'cause you that dazzling. I know we got work to do. Promise that I won't